guys, welcome from me, Change Manager 0102, the Game On Challenge Part 10, as far as YouTube's concerned. This is my Heads Up network game with Matt Collier-Brown. Now, we've reached a new milestone on this game. The story behind this game is crazy, because this week, right, we've been playing the odd hour and a bit each night. I will now work till 10, so I'm not getting home till 10:30 at night. Matt is on holiday this week. I should put out, he's gone away, but he took his laptop. I don't know how he's done it, but who gives a shit? We've got some great time in here. So we are at the start of Season 11. How fucking whopping is that? Season 11. Now, I can't even remember where we were at the last time we did an update on this. So, as far as I'm concerned, let's talk about me first. I am Porto. Season 11 is about to kick off. I don't recall ever playing in the second qualifying round of the Champions League, but I'm going to have to this year. This is my second season with Porto. Now, last season was fucking horrendous. We finished runners-up. It was our first time in Portugal, and it was a season from hell. But in terms of our setup, remember what our rules are? 7 signings. You may recall, actually, that when I took over Porto, which was pre-season last season, it was just before the update, so I could have 7 signings then and 7 signings last season. I actually did 8 by accident, and I took 6 after the update. So I'm allowed 7 more for this forthcoming season. As you can see, I've managed to acquire 5 of them. I've got plenty of money. I've got loads of money, but it's just the calibre at Porto is not there to attract them sort of players. I am going to revert back to my what I call the 7-up effect, the middleman formation, and the players that I brought in for this campaign: Roberto Baggio, regen, Chris Commons, because I'm using wingers, Oliver Kahn, regen. Now, Matt actually found him more about the regens in a minute. Matt was on him as well, but he didn't want him. And he looks a fucking beast, but he's still only 18. Batatias, I bought him because I needed a defender. And Omar Reyes, I thought was a solid player. Still got 2 more players that I need. In terms of last season, then we brought 6, as I said. You may recall some of them: Blanco, O'Donoghue, Markovic, Bermudez, Desai, regen, Ricardo Reyes. And the 8 that I purchased: Mas, Mella, Lynch, Inzaghi, regen, Ramirez, Munez, Scully, and Stratton. So we are all set up then for the new season. This is going to fucking kill me. It's a bit like having the Intertoto Cup, isn't it? So in terms of last season, we lost the title to Faranese. How the fuck did Faranese win it? It was ridiculous. It really was just absolutely ridiculous how they did it. I just couldn't get anything. Couldn't get any string of form together. Matt wondered if I'd stay. But we ended up... we've ended up staying. I don't want to leave, to be honest with you. I do not want to leave. So, let's now talk about Matt. Can anybody remember where Matt was? Yeah, of course he was. Matt was, past tense, Matt was at Inter Milan. And credit where it's due to Matt, Matt won the title. Now, I did say, I think I said this on video, and I did say this to Matt, I believe Matt can win the title. I think he had 7 signings. Providing he avoided serious injuries, I believe he could. And he did. It wasn't quite as plain sailing, but he did do it, and he got over the line. He got knocked out the UEFA Cup and the Italian Cup. I don't think he was too fussed about that. He had 1 signing coming through. You can see he beat me to him. So, needless to say, I was pissed off because now he's left Inter and the Edgar Davids regen has joined Inter Milan. But in terms of the players that he bought last season, Patrick Blondea, now I think he's an absolute monster player. Bergkamp regen, Dave Walton, not sure who he is. Romario regen, who is transfer listed. Cafu regen, Jan Koller, Pinheiro. So they were the only 7 he could buy, to be fair. So, give him credit where it's due, he did a really, really good job. He rated Ajax a little bit though, didn't he? So where's Matt gone? Now Matt, when I was at work yesterday, Matt sent me a message saying we knew what jobs were available, and one job came available. Bizarrely, it came right after the second update was done, that a certain manager had been sacked. Matt asked my views, what I felt of this team. They were secure in terms of finances. We didn't know how much they had in the bank, because Matt has clearly taken it. We didn't know how much they had in the bank. They were secure. They didn't have an amazing team. We just got over the updates. They had no pre-arranged deals. Of course, they would have counted in Matt's allocation of 7. So that's really a negative. He would have 7 transfers. He had a secure finances, and he could probably recoup some gate money and stuff like that. But there was a new chapter on offer, if he got the job, which we were quite confident he would. There was a new chapter on offer to go to a country he's not been to before. So you know it's not England, you know he's not going to go back to France, you know it's not Germany. Where could it be? Where could it be? Should we show you? Matt is now the manager of Real Madrid. So after a disastrous season last season, they're not in Europe. Let's just have a look at Valencia. Now let me remind you, Valencia, of course, were my team. I set Valencia up back in 2005. They won the title, and they've been killers ever since. And I've also seen that Barcelona spent a bit of money this campaign, so I don't think it's going to be quite plain sailing. But again, 7 correct signings at Real Madrid, and who knows? Let's take a look at the last season. He told me they finished 8th. They've got to be in Europe. Matt, what are you talking about, you fucking lying bastard? He said they finished 8th and they're not in Europe. Well, they will be in Europe, definitely, won't they? They finished 5th last season. They'll be in the UEFA Cup. But in all honesty, I feel that the UEFA Cup is just a fucking hindrance, to be honest. I really do. Yeah, so they sacked Del Bosque on the 20th of June and they hired Matt 1 week later. So his signings so far. Now, one of them, he beat me to him because this guy was available. Does anybody remember this player? Ranieri Di Costa. He was Leeds United. Now, I bought him at Leeds, and he spearheaded Leeds United to a title under my regime, and Matt's landed him. Bastard. So he's brought in 5 players already. So we said Di Costa. Ryan, I don't even know who that guy is. Actually, I do vaguely remember. I'm surprised. I didn't even spot that, Matt. Didn't even spot that guy there. Didn't even know where he even sprung from. Florin Buga, he did tell me about him. This Romanian great defender. I don't know where he's plucked in from. Something I did spot about this defender. We don't often see this very often. Reflexes 14. So, Matt, if ever you have an injury, a crisis with goalkeepers in a match, stick Buga in goal. He might not have the hand in it, but he's got reflexes and agility, and jumping for that matter. So, decent, solid player. John Freddy Velez, absolute monster of a centre-half. Looks very, very good indeed. And finally, Javier Zanetti Regen. So, he's got 5 transfers done and dusted. He's got 2 to go. He's still got some, I know that they're aging. Raul's getting on. Looks like he's fucked off Morientes somewhere. I'm not sure what his non-EU ruling is. It's free in the league. So he's going to have to work around that, the non-EU ruling. Is that Branko? Where did I get... Right, okay. Branko Boskovic. Okay. Yeah, he's got some solid players, but he's got to keep an eye on this non-EC thing. Because he's going to want Da Costa to be playing. He's going to want... I think he'll have Zanetti. I think he'll have Buga playing. And probably the Colombian. No, because Zanetti's going to need to play. I know, you need to think about that one, don't you? Okay, so, yeah, he'll be in the UEFA Cup. He'll be in the UEFA Cup. Now, what I will say, going back to me, I'm in the second phase, the second group qualifying of the Champions League. The third group, as you already know, the draw's already been made, and we will play Rangers. So I'm not really confident on that, so we could well end up in the UEFA Cup with Real Madrid. Objective, I think it's a bit like the Inter thing, really. I think what we both tend to do is we play it down about winning the title. And then if you win it, makes the exception, don't it? One thing Matt has taken the lead in, I think he's now leading by 1, is Matt. So 7 leagues won, 11 cups won, so 7-11. And now let's take a look at me. Yeah, 6 leagues won. So Matt is leading in terms of league titles won. The one thing I'm still leading in, of course, is the job front, whereas mine is England, France, Spain, Italy, and Holland. So I'm into my 6th country, and that's not good at England twice. So with Liverpool, and so I'm into my 6th country, where Matt is what happened there? Where Matt is at is Leeds, Paris Saint-Germain, Dortmund, Ajax, Inter, Real. He's into his 6, but it's not his 6 because Paris Saint-Germain, of course, didn't quite work out. Don't want to remind you on that one, Matt, but Matt has got unfinished business to do in France. He certainly has. So going back to myself then. So we take on the Lithuanians. I don't know. It's hard to say. It's hard to say how well I'm going to do. I need to make it a title assault, no doubt about that. Quick gander then at some of the old boys for me. Liverpool, Nikiforenko, Tommy Smith, a couple of familiar ones there. You're not going to see many familiar ones now. You've got to think to yourself, we are 10 seasons in. Season 11. This is absolutely remarkable. And these extra hours that we're doing here and there, they all mount up. Freddie Ljungberg, he must be getting on. One thing I was going to say about regens, weren't I? So I sent the save to Matt one day this week, and he spent a couple of hours just going through regens. I'm happy for him to fire up the game and look for regens. We've agreed that if we find any regens, that we'll share them with one another. Given the fact that we can't really just hoard all the players, because you can only have 7. So we hadn't got an issue with that, and I left him, he's happy. I ain't got no fucking patience, personally. So that's Liverpool. So look at PSG, of course, my former team, Matt's former team, Harry Kewell, Zidane Regen. Look at that, he's turning fucking, he looks insane, don't he? He really is. Yakubu, we all like Yakubu, don't we? Constantinio, Fernando Torres, Hersey, Anelka. No, shit, of course it's not fucking twat. Is that Ziga? Oh, it is Ziga Gattuso. Yeah, look at that. We've got some familiar ones. William Gallas as well. This is great, isn't it? When you're 10 years in and you're looking at players and you think, wow, look at him. So, I think Roberto Carlos's regen should be about soon. As soon as he fucks off, he should retire. I think he's just got a new job. Let's have a look at Valencia. Now, Valencia, as I said, they've been kings of Spain since I set them up. I'd like, without that sounding a little bit cuntish and pig-headed. Danny Milosevic, still going. I don't even think they've got that strong a squad, in all honesty. I don't think they've got a good, strong squad at all. Brett Emerson's a solid player. So I believe he can dethrone Valencia. I really do. AI is always easy to beat on the ODB. So we'll see how that is. Is that the Deco? Yes, it is. So that is Valencia. Lazio. Now, Lazio still. I remember setting up such a strong setup. Zola Regen, look at him. Who else we got here that have interest? So Rio Ferdinand, Olemba, Zuri. I mean, I know they're all getting on now, aren't they? Chivu, they are really getting on. Sebastian Frey still going. Luca Toni, Hernan Crespo. It's brilliant. It really is. It is brilliant seeing some of this. PSV. So, of course, I was PSV. See who we got here. Maido still there. Van Bommel, Klomp. Tony Adams regen. Aaron Winter regen. Kesman still going strong. We're going to get to a stage where we're not, everyone's going to be renamed with a regen name. Leeds United, of course, Leeds United had them for one season. Just went back to England for a year, won them the title, then fucked off. Henrik Larsson. I should add him to my shortlist, really. Absolute monster. I don't even know why I've not got him. Joe Cole. Joe Cole is still there. Martin Keown regen. Wes Brown. Wes Brown. It's not Wes Brown at all, is it? Wayne Brown. Who the fuck is Wayne Brown? Rafa van der Vaart. Karagunas is still going. Jesus Christ. Gareth Barry, Shane Tolley, Michael Owen, Robbie Keane. Well, he ended it back. I don't remember buying Robbie. I didn't buy Robbie Keane, did I? No, I didn't. Michael Owen, fucking sick note. Look, just to show you what a sick note he is. Look at that. What an absolute fucking disgrace. And yeah, so that's it. So yeah, so that's it. That is where we're at. It's going to be a long season. It is going to be a long season indeed. I think there's no doubt about that. I still don't think we've got the strongest of squads. We've kept a couple of fullbacks. Now, the last game of the season, right, let me show you something. This guy here, Carlos, because I was using fullbacks and I went to the wingers. This guy here, Carlos, the left back. Okay, show you something. Look at that. Isn't that bizarre, right? So I moved him to left wing. Bearing in mind he's a left back, and bizarrely, he gets me 2 assists and a 10. I mean, 63 passes, 48 completed. That is, you know, for someone out of position, is just fucking ridiculous, isn't it? So, and because of that one game, that's why I've retained him. I've kept Munners as well. 2 more players I'm allowed. I think I'm looking at strikers. We've got lots and lots of regens that's been located. If I just take my interested off, you can see we've got Adams, Ayala, Batistuta, but I'll have all the regens added to my shortlist apart from the ones that are at Matt's team. So when he left Inter, I added the ones from I added the ones from Inter. But there's loads. There's absolutely loads. Montero, I think we've just located him. I say just. He turned up in a Brazil search, so I wasn't looking for him. Matt was looking for him, couldn't find him. I happened to find him by pure luck in Brazil, and the reason it was by pure luck is because he came as a free. Roy Keane, there are bids in for Roy Keane. Yapstam, Stoichkov. There are some absolute beast players. I mean, you can see that's 3 whole pages. Zola, Zidane. So yeah, there's still quite a lot going on. So that is it then, guys. That is part 10 of the Game On Challenge. As we carry on, and you know, I never really thought. You know, season 11 is just fucking insane. It is absolutely insane. And I hope you enjoyed it. If you've got anything you want to know, anything you want to add, anything you want to critique, don't bother. No. Till next time from me, guys. Take it easy.